Yeah, now I'm just a silly human ranger. I'm not. Oh. I feel like there are definitely moments where he like picks up branches and sort of like tries to paste them to his back
Just
so he
sticks it
gets
in
his
his
wings
hair.
back. Just pretends.
God, man, why? Why?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What?
Oh no.
Can you hear everybody else? Can you hear us? If we sing la ta ti, la ta ta, la ta ti.
Fine, I got
Ta
this.
ta ta
I
ta
got
ta
this.
ta
There we
ta.
go. All right. Yay!
Ta 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 ta.
I fixed it.
Yeah.
I fixed a thing.
The silence
It is
of
the sound of Dag silence. Frickin'
Yeah.
silence. All right. Anyway, let's try that again. Hi guys and welcome. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to the stream where we are playing D&D 5th edition. We're playing Curse of Strahd. Behold, these are my wonderful Patreons who come and play with me every week. With you guys in our lovely audience, we have, of course, none other than Kyle from Play Nerd Allies playing Ipselus, who is a wonderful and amazing character, a human ranger who is on a quest for their long lost sister, who was separated from him in hell while they were both being experimented on by an elf Frenchie. Then, of course, we have none other than Vagag, our chronomancer teacher, and of course Goliath, who is on a quest to try and find their long-lost students, one of which is dead, one of which is lost, and one has been mind-controlled into a thing. It's a thing, blah. She's a zombie. And, of course, playing this amazing character is none other than Neil from Immersion Diversion. Then, of course, we have the indomitable Charles from Iron Ghost Gaming, playing, of course, none other than the even more indomitable Paladin Argento, the Dragonborn, and, of course, Paladin of the Silver Dragon Order, on a quest to try and restore his forebearer's skull to its rightful resting place. A truly noteworthy and noble cause. Then, of course, we have the very dapper, very handsome Demiro, our whimsical satyr bard, played by the even more whimsical and more bardy Tim. And I think Demiro is just after wine, love, and getting to go around the place and explore all the stories and songs that Barovia has. Most of them are just the sounds of misery, but it might have a catchy beat to it if you snap your fingers and it's like sad people by the river. No, anyway. All right.
I like that song.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a great song. And then, of course, last but absolutely not least, is none other than our dear friend, MacBluff, a.k.a. McKinley, a.k.a. Mac, playing the role of Esther, our changeling cleric. Bonjour.
Bonjour, comment ça va?
Très bien. Now... Ooh, thank you so much. Wow.
Damn.
Classic Sam has gifted a sub to DM Dave CC. DM Dave.
Speak
Oh, wow.
French more often.
Actually, there's a huge hit
bunch.
there. Oh, my God. Classic Sam.
Yeah, there's
wow.
a lot.
Thank you so much for the 5 subs. DM Dave, wonderful human being from Careful Cantrip. Flying Tick 09. Nice to see you. They enjoy the gifted sub. Secondhand Samurai, another wonderful human from over on our friends World Anvil channel. Zephytros is now a new subscriber. And, of course, a macrobiologist. I see you, Lazy Titan. I see you there. Thank you so much for the gifted subs. If you are a new sub, then enjoy your new emotes and badges and all the wondrous things you can now bother people with. Muhahaha. Okay. Now, the reason I'm fast recapping is because we started a little later. That is very loud as a beeping noise. I'm going to figure out that. Since you don't sleep, have fun. Oh, that's okay. Talk to you later, Sam. Thank you so much. You are a bloody legend. Sleep well, my excellent dude. And, and Sam, remember, this Friday, I'm going to be on GaryCon Live with Dredd and Rob, so come check us out there as well. There we go. All right. Have I forgotten anything? Yes, stuff. What am I saying? Sponsors. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are, of course, a sponsored channel. We have a lot of groups of people that we want to thank for being able to produce what we do. Hero Forge for the wonderful artworks you can see on screen, Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice, and Sirenscape for the cool tunes that you guys are going to be enjoying throughout today's session. If you want to support any of these channels, go check them out. They're really, really cool, really, really fun. Lastly, guys, if you want to, you can influence the course of today's game by donating to the channel, which allows us to keep the lights on, do fun, cool, and awesome things, and, of course, help my players throughout the game. For $5, yeah, I saw that, Sam. I did. And you know what? I have spies everywhere, and they sent me clips, and he can't hide from me. I know how much he loves me. Right. So for $5, you can grant my players a hero point, or you can grant me Jinx points. For $10, you can grant a Wheel of Woe, which is kind of like a super powered hero point where the the players can petition the GM for random things. Or if they have a woe, I can do random nonsense to them. For $20, you can give them the coveted Nat 20, which allows them to roll a natural 20. And for $50, you can boost up an encounter or provide my group with a magic item. And
Our only source of them.
the only source of magic items for this game. Lastly, we do have a secret menu item for this, and the secret menu item for this particular game is a monster encounter. So there is a boss battle monster encounter here. Oh my god, Crimson Rockstar! Being the rockstar that he is, giving 5 gifted subs to the community. Holy crap. Dutch Dungeons, Faust 40, Zen of Games, Lord Garthen, and Hiphog TV. Thank you so much for the new subs, and thank you to Crimson Rockstar. Please enjoy your newfound dagness and enjoy all the emotes and things. Yes, Esther.
Also, about that, it's Crimson's birthday. Just thought I'd...
Oh, it is Crimson's unbirthday. Oh my god! Happy unbirthday, Crimson! I don't have a I don't know. I feel like I need a thing now. I don't have a happy birthday.
Make a thing at some point.
Hold on, wait. I can't not do anything.
Hype train!
Hold on.
Hype train! Come on, we got
For Crimson's birthday, it's the
Because of me.
hype train.
All right, here we go. All right, I don't know if this is gonna be any good. I'm just gonna play this because I can. Hold on. It might sound.
Oh my god, is this the Charlie Brown birthday song?
Hey Crimson, listen, buddy.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, mate. I hope that you and yours
You better stop.
have an
Copyright
absolutely
strike.
spectacular rest of your year, and I look
It's
forward
only one of the
to
three.
another amazing year of getting to know you better, getting to see you hang out in these chats, and do absolutely just being the rock star that you are. It's always awesome seeing you here. So happy birthday, mate.
Absolutely. Happy birthday.
All right, there you go.
And
Happy
Dag,
birthday.
I need you to know the people that wrote that version of Happy Birthday are some of the most litigious people on the planet. So
I don't know what litigious means.
It's fine.
Hey, Mad Rock, we just started. We were just wishing Crimson Rockstar a happy birthday. We are literally just starting. Okay. Where am I at? Oh, my head. Hype train. Thank you for the hype train. Okay. Look, guys, shut up. I got this. Okay. Hype train. Thank you. You're all awesome. You're all wonderful. Donations. Don't forget, you can do them to mess with my players. Please do so because I have some venting to do.
Rude.
Thank you to the sponsors. Thank you to you guys. Check out the channel points. Let's get into it. God, okay, here we go. Whoo! Mercy. Now, we return once again to the lands of Barovia. Choked and gnarled between the trees, dark woods, cloudy skies, and a moonlit night that never seems to end, our heroes found themselves on the edges and banks of a long listing river to the south of the village of Barovia. There they confronted none other than the mad mage of Mount Baratok, who had been traveling across Barovia, spreading seeds of corruption and evil. They took the form of animated intellectual fruit creatures that had begun moving around the lands of Barovia. After a confrontation in which the paranoid mage turned his attention against the group, he committed a time stop, freezing everyone in its place But thankfully, our chronomancer Vagag acted swiftly and engaged in a wizard battle, which resulted in the Mad Mage being trapped within a small container, a receptacle given to them by none other than the wicked merchant Badham. With the defeat of the Mad Mage now at hand, they now have exactly what they need to restore Jade, one of Vagag's lost students.
It's actually just a quest by Ipselis to make sure that we had the only animated fruit in the kingdom.
Yes.
I've been playing you all along.
Now if we have...
Yes, very, very likely this could be the case. Now, as our group prepared to heal up and rest, our dear friend Ipselis began to look around in the area, trying to scout out what was a pear-shaped paladin that was supposed to be lurking in the area. But instead of the paladin, found himself confronted face to face with a different manner of beast altogether. A large, feral werewolf emerged from the dark and attacked viciously. But after being attacked, it became all too clear. The silvery veins that ran through its body were not that of a creature who spurned the touch of silver. It was a revenant, a werewolf killed by hunters whose angry spirit attacked and lunged at our dear group. After a quick and decisive battle, the creature was lured into the river where it was frozen solid, petrified in stone, trapped amidst the running water. And it is here that we once again pick up our adventure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the scene is yours.
So he's now just petrified in there.
Looking up and down at the stone, it seems to be unmoving, unblinking, unrelenting.
I'm just going to look at everybody. We should probably destroy it while we have the chance. I don't know if you have ever read any stories or mythologies, but they always come to murder you later.
I was thinking that. However, wouldn't he just come back again?
We always test it, pull him out, and if he starts to turn back in.
I assume that if you knock their head off and send it down the river, it will be a bit more difficult for them to come back after us.
But you see, it was already dead the first time it came back. So what will killing it again achieve?
Separating its head from its body would achieve the fact that all of its sensory organs are gone.
Revenants would still be reliant on their physical form, and from what we can tell, this creature is far beyond coming back to reason. It was more a husk moving on its own. If we destroy
Absolutely.
We'll at least be able to put that to rest.
Yeah, cut off its head and its claws. It can no longer attack you, at the very least.
Has the Revenant's original body ever been a requirement for a Revenant to come back?
Technically speaking, depending on the nature of it, you, from your check from last week, would know that Revenants have the ability to reassemble or reform based on whatever vengeance it had. The site of its burial, its grave, whatever. The destruction of its body would then allow it to reform, as it were.
So we'd actually be better off leaving it as a statue for as long as possible.
Oh, I hate undead. They're so gross.
Well, as long as the water don't decide to start running a bit faster, I think it should stay in its spot, at least for now. Unfortunately, we can't.
Is there any way we could...
Assuming that Strahd doesn't catch wind of it and come and free it himself just to pester us.
Well, perhaps if we, buried its feet or something, it would be less likely to be moved.
Just shove it into the river further? How fast is the river water?
In this area of Barovia, the river's not very fast. It's maybe 15 foot. Like just, it's got some force to it, sure enough, but not. You're not getting swept away by it.
Dad?
I mean,
Yes.
sure. If you must, you could just push it over.
If I recall, I may be remembering incorrectly, but after the encounter with the Dracolich, I believe it was either Ipsilis or Esther that picked up like an exorcism ability.
Correct. It was Esther.
Okay, and what it was kind of I can help the soul move it from the physical form, or was it eradicated?
Yes, it would be about moving the soul from the physical form. However, a revenant is a animated corpse.
Right. So that wouldn't
Just
help
come
here.
back.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, it wouldn't help here.
Okay, sorry. Just trying to
No,
remember
it's
what
fine.
it did.
It's fine.
Although,
also,
Essa, don't you have some ability to communicate with the dead?
not entirely. I was trying to. It's more I know how to talk to them when they can understand me. Unless I have something that's gonna make me understand what every dead and undead has to say. Well, I've trained myself to know what to say to them, but not that I can just make them understand me, I guess. But for now, while we're also talking about that, I'm going to approach Vigog real quick and see if I can hold onto the box again for a second, the kind of like Pandora's box with
Yeah. I think you had it after I closed it. I think I gave it to you. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Because you were using something on it for the.
Yeah.
You did have some way of reading like memories or thoughts or something, didn't you? That you learned from the spider.
Oh, that, yeah. Yeah, let me think on that for a second. 1 second.
Argento, you want to run into the river and just see if you could maybe just shove it further into the muck just a bit? If that's the idea of just
while all of them are doing this, I'm going to continue looking for like the trail of the fruit. I don't want to wander too far away. I want to keep within shouting distance of everyone, but I do want to investigate where this fruit night might have ended up.
Just try not to bring back another werewolf.
Listen, you.
Wait, Ipsis.
Yes.
If you're going in that direction, I'm gonna hand you like the pebble, like the stone that I had used light on, so that we can just have a beacon, just in case. I'm gonna hand you the stone with light on it. Just like
the stone of
fabulous. There's
don't go too far, right? It didn't go well last time.
Well, thank you very much. Yes, I appreciate the fact that you all seem to care for me in your own interesting ways. But I shall be fine. Thank you. He's gonna wander off, like, and investigate where you had said like that little blood trail, that little fruity blood trail was leading into the thicket.
All right. As you begin
about once every 60 seconds, I'll yell back, "I'm not dead yet."
Very well. As you very cautiously begin to make your way into the woods, make a perception check for me, please.
Oh dear. For 7 werewolves. All right, let's wait for this to load up. I don't know why.
This is where the
So-
pack was at. This is what Esther was asking for last session.
All right, a 23.
With a 23, you do find
Nice.
what looks to be a large swath of what looks to be fruit juice splayed along the ground.
That's not promising, I suppose. Can I follow it?
It ends here.
Can I look up in the trees, or are there any sort of hiding places like Like, do I see any disturbed ground? Like, as a ranger used to, natural environments, could I try to suss out what happened here based on the angle of several broken stems?
Make an insight check as you begin to try and piece together the crime scene, looking up and down at the splatterings of blood, seeing looking to see if there's any.
15, okay, not great, but okay.
With a 15, if you didn't know better, it was almost as if, as soon as the mad mage had disappeared, the creature just exploded.
Oh dear. Well then, so I see so it's like a splattering of fruit, like in sort of a circle on all the sides of the trees.
Correct. The origin of the impact was quite literally at the center. Quick aside, Dag, when is your GaryCon game? I want to make sure I catch it. I will send you a private message in Discord with the details. Because I love you, buddy. All right. All right. At this point, as you look up and down the trees, a crow lands.
Oh dear. No, I'd like to immediately do an animal handling check on this crow to see if I can get it to come to me and tell me something delightful.
It
Give
almost
me some
looks
good news.
Well, it almost looks like it actually just flew towards you intentionally.
Oh. Well, hello there, friend. How are you doing today? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Would you like... I'm going to reach into my pack and see if I've got anything for it.
It opens its mouth, and as it does so, you hear a voice. A woman's voice. Hello? Hello, is anyone there? I'm not sure how this works. If you can hear me,
yeah,
I'm okay. I'm safe.
That's good.
I've managed to hide, but I think he's still coming for me.
Let's not play the pronoun game.
I don't think he's far now.
Oh dear.
I think he hears me. Look.
Can you hear me?
If you can find my brother, please tell Ismark that I'm okay. Tell Ismark not to.
Who is this Ismark person? Excuse me, crow.
The crow continues to crow. And the last thing it says to you before it flies off, as it stares at you with beady red eyes. Nevermore.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
And it flaps its wings and leaves.
Well, that was quite interesting. Excuse me, I'm going to head back out and go just address the rest of the group. So it seems that there's some exploding fruit about. I think when the mage got popped into the box, that the rest of the fruit just got popped. And does anybody know who Ismark is?
Yeah,
he was the mayor of the town that we were just at.
We were in his house when we fought that.
Oh, the thing with the face and the metal on his face. Mm-hmm. Yes. Very rude. Very rude he was.
What found his diary?
Oh, little crow, little birdie, just came and told me that apparently his sister seems to be all right, but there's someone coming for her.
Before you keep talking, if Esther's going to certainly make sure that you have the black rose that doesn't let Strahd hear us.
Yeah, it's in my lapel. It replaced my breath of life flower that I used on the Dracolich. So it's in my. You can see my lovely little black rose in my lapel.
She'll stiffen up, but she's going to keep listening. Go ahead.
See, little birdie told me that Ismark is their sister's all right. Thinks I assume she's being hunted by something or hiding from something.
No, she's with Strahd at his castle.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, she's with Strahd at his castle.
That's who
You say that with such a straight face as though it's not devastating and strange.
Well, we followed her there and
she didn't go of her own accord.
Smashed some of his wine, assaulted some of his servants, and then left.
So the Lord of the land you have mightily abused, and his vassals as well.
But we did make friends with people in his castle that he's neglected somewhat. So,
are you saying that Strahd is not a fantastic master to have? That is not. Oh.
Apparently, he's been a lord of the land for so long that he's forgotten that anyone actually inhabits his castle.
You're saying that you're being like, there was a little bird came and told you that she is hiding right now.
That she's what?
That she's hiding.
Something like that, yes.
Wait, that she's hiding or that she's fine?
That she's hiding.
What?
I don't know. I've given you all the information that I was given. I attempted to have a conversation with the bird, but it flew away because it is rude.
You said what kind of bird it was, right? A raven? Or did you?
No, I haven't.
Oh, just a little bird. Okay. Okay, just missing.
I feel like as a ranger, I would know the difference between a crow and a raven, right? I'd know the difference between the Cordovet family members.
You can make a nature check to find out if you know about that.
Oh, all right. Okay. You know what? I'll do that then.
All right,
I'm going to do that very thing that you just said.
Yeah, okay. Go on then. Do it. Make it happen.
Roll this die.
Go on then.
And I
roll it.
It was a blackbird. It was a blackbird.
It was singing in the dead of night. It had a broken wing, and it was trying to learn how to fly.
In the dead of night. Yes.
I knew that would trigger you.
Yeah, it's literally like there's a button that you can push and I will just start singing.
How do you know if someone's into show tunes?
You said the raven was talking though?
I don't know if it was a raven.
I
mean, you're making a lot of assumptions about this very pretty bird that is obviously, it might have been, I mean, with a 4, I'm like, it wasn't quite a peacock, but maybe it's somehow associated
the small black
with
peacock.
one, just didn't quite get all the fabulous feathers they're supposed to. Apparently I'm a ranger that doesn't really know how birds work.
It is interesting that she would say she's hiding. I don't think she would have escaped from Strahd's castle, but perhaps she's hiding her true intent.
She wanted her brother.
Something like that.
I know that much. And then it said, nevermore to me.
Nevermore. We met that bird.
That's exactly what the guy that
with absolute certainty, I let them know all birds who are black say nevermore. Obviously.
I wonder if that's the same bird from the bridge.
No.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, the bird that literally just kept saying nevermore.
We flash back to the castle. And
I think it insulted us.
And our heroes who had first came to Castle Strahd. Castle Ravenloft, not Castle Strahd. As they made their way around the back entrance, a large rickety gate opened, and seated atop that rickety gate is none other than the same black bird, who kept cawing and repeating the word nevermore, every now and then giving unhelpful advice as to what, as to where they should go. Even going so far as to telling them the directions to get into the underworld, which is where the heart of Strahd lies. The group says, "How do we get to the underworld?" The bird said, "Kill yourself." And you know,
I think we first had an
How
argument
dare
about
you?
how
Right,
Bird could
it's
talk.
actually correct.
this is a flashback. How are you correcting him? It's like, yeah, he wasn't lying to you. But yes, we now flash forward. That crow definitely sounds one and the same.
It's helpful as ever.
Well,
Well, all
Well,
right.
it is good. It is good that we got news from her. I think it's been a while since we were there.
she's still. Can I determine from Ipsilus's description of the bird and it talking to see if what kind of spell it might have had like placed on it? Because if it's one in particular that I'm thinking of,
What do you
But
think?
I don't
Last time we conversed with the bird, it was just talking to us. It wasn't a
but
spell.
Ipsilus said that. Did you say was it a female's voice? You said when you were talking
So
about it
what?
was Irina. You said it was talking, right? And you said it was mentioned. Was it? Did it sound like a crow, or did it sound like?
I
something
don't. So I got a 4 on my nature check. It sounded like,
I'm not talking
a
about the
six-legged
crows.
bear to me. So
But you said it was talking to you, though, right?
yes.
Okay. And it said it sounded like a woman.
No, it sounded like bird.
Oh, okay. Well,
Wait,
I don't
real
know.
quick. I believe that we're starting to talk in circles. Let's focus on what's the important thing that we have at hand here. We have received information that someone we have not been able to help, someone that we had gone to see, is still fine, but is hiding from something.
Okay.
Oh, maybe it's Sir Tim.
Okay. So if we go back to Castle Ravenloft, I might be able to find if Sir Tim and Miss Irina are still there. I should be able to find both of them.
Well, certainly, but don't we need to get the skull of the dragon too?
That's at Castle Ravenloft.
Yeah.
While everyone else is talking, I kind of move over to where Argento is, just see how he's doing as we're talking about Ravenloft, which was not a great experience last time. Just kind of looking at him.
Argento.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Oh no. What is happening to your voice?
How's your
It's upsetting.
Yeah, Charles, you've got your robot voice on.
Yeah.
To just eat some crackers.
Or to just become a warforged, they're taking him.
Exterminate.
It
Exterminate.
does gurgling some water.
Oh my god.
That's better.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
much better. Yay!
There we go. There we go.
Well, yeah, not being demonic, I haven't been possessed or anything. Sorry.
Forge dragon.
Yeah, so he's just kind of indifferent. Obviously, he talks of Ravenloft, make him very angry.
Mm. You can see kind of like a hollowness in Argento's eyes as he recalls being in Ravenloft. He recalls all the horrors that he saw within that place. These flashes of wine and blood, these flashes of bones, and these glowing eyes of a laughing skull clenched in his fist. All of these things, none of which were good memories. Also, the straining of your arm when you were holding up that whole lift for everyone.
However, he does still have a quest to deliver banana bread.
Yes.
That's stale banana.
If I don't eat all of it before we get there. I've been kind of eating it.
Was there?
Yes.
There was something else at Ravenloft, wasn't there? Like we missed
Murray.
something. No, not Murray. Like,
Idle
like
lady?
remember our fortunes? Wasn't there something in the winery?
Well, no. I think you're talking about the
I-
Wizards of Wine, where you found the
Yes.
amulet that you then gave to
No.
Badham.
No, then we
After
discovered
destroying
another
all his
one that
stuff.
was. We discovered another one that you mentioned was like next to one of the in a different barrel we didn't check.
Yeah, the half-broken sword of light.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Good.
Esther's just gonna first kind of look to Argento and nod, because sometimes just like saying out loud, "Hey, are you okay over there?" Who seems to be having a hard time is not the best. Just kind of put them on blast like that. So she's gonna kind of nod to Argento, but she's gonna turn back to everyone, just kind of say, "All right. With this information, we need to make a decision now. For whatever reason, we don't even know why, we were brought back to the village of Barovia through the tiny hut. And for whatever reason, that has placed us the closest we have been to the castle in ages.
Even though
Do
we've spent the last couple of weeks traveling back to the castle. That was our original
Right.
destination, to try and find Satan.
Right. So, do we go back to that path now? Because
He's probably been there long enough. I'm not sure how much food he has with him.
Agreed.
It's a
I
good
say if we
question.
go to Ravenloft now, we may not make it out. We go back to
But
Ravenloft.
does the rose prevent Strahd from seeing us at all?
is there a humming?
Yes, it's Michael.
You
great.
hear the sound of humming coming from further in the woods. You notice it, Argento in particular, as it seems to be closest to you. As
What
you...
is that? Who is?
Oh, sorry, go on.
No, who is? Who is humming? Is it the bird again? Are you a bird?
Oh, hello? Is someone out there?
Maybe it's a plane.
Yes. Yes, and we're not birds.
Okay. Be ye friend or foe, bird or otherwise.
Well,
No, we
I'm
are
very
friends to everyone.
friendly.
I can't understand you. There's multiple of you talking all at once.
It's because we're just so friendly.
Hmm.
May you show yourself so we may know better if we are friend or foe. We mean you no harm if we know who you are.
Even if you're a foe, we're probably friends anyway.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's all right. That's fine. Anyways,
Yes, strangely.
The bushes begin to rustle, and as they do so, emerging from the underbrush appears to be a rather smartly dressed fox. Now, this is not a kitsune, but this is simply an anthropomorphized fox. So it is about the same size and shape as a fox. It definitely is like maybe about like a little bit higher than waist height, but walks on two legs and wears the attire of a very distinguished person. Grasped into his hands as almost as a traveling walking stick appears to be what at first looks like a shard of ice, but looks more like a staff made of crystal. Tucked under one hand is a small book on herbology.
Ooh, nice.
Oh,
Mira,
it's
did you
so
get
cute.
something else intelligence? While we weren't
I-
looking.
Not that I recall, but it's possible. Maybe something went wrong with the ritual.
Just splintered off into
we know your
multiple.
name.
Yes. Folks haven't really given me a name before, but when I came to be, I found myself in possession of very few commodities, one of which was a book that I've claimed as my own, and my name I took from its title. And there is a title on the book that says Gabriel.
Yeah, clearly it's a sign of the stars. We should call you Star Fox.
Firefight.
He looks at the book
Gabriel
again.
is a fantastic name.
He looks at the book again and then shortly takes notes. Fascinating. It seems that satyrs
Fantastic,
are
Mr. Fox.
short-sighted. Interesting. I
Short-sighted.
did not realize that.
Your name?
Oh, yeah. No, my name is
Oh, I'm sorry. Was your
Gabriel.
name Book, was it?
Gabriel.
Ah,
It's nice to meet you, Gabriel. Do you have a reason for being in these parts?
Well, oddly enough, I've spent a little bit of time wandering about these woods in particular. If I were to tell you, I'd scarcely think you'd believe me. But I was pursuing some fruit. You see,
yes, a pear dressed as a knight.
No, a pineapple dressed as a ninja, but that's interesting. Could you tell me more about this pineapple knight?
Did he have
I
a
mean,
sword?
pear knight. Sorry.
Pennant?
I mean, he was quite.
You might be almost standing him, actually.
Oh.
Yes. Check your feet.
Oh, goodness. He lifts up his foot, and he definitely feels the stickiness. He's like, oh, what a shame.
Esther looks at the book. Oh, you, is that a book on herbalism, sir?
Oh, why, yes, it is. Very, very keenly observed. You see, I am a traveling herbologist and medicine man of some descript. Medicine fox, I guess, is more adequate. But yes, I've traveled this great and wide and interesting land, experimenting with some of the very unique flora and fauna that happen to be around here. I don't know if you realize this, but as of late, many of the various fruits have started to gain a measure of sapience, hungering, moving around, in some cases even devouring other members of their own kind, turning into larger and more robust versions of these. Well, I call them demon fruit.
My fruit babies, and Insolence just runs up to him. It's like, where did you see
Oh
this?
my God!
My baby.
That is he says yes. That's a little too formal. He pushes you back with the tip of his little like crystal. He says yes. I have seen. I don't know what you refer to as fruit babies. But if you're talking about several pieces of fruit that have gained sapience, well, the last one I was tracking was, as I mentioned, a pineapple who seems to have disappeared.
No, not them. My
You haven't seen
little
some
babies.
grapes, have you?
Grapes. He flicks through his book. No, not grapes, I'm afraid.
Banana? My crab apple?
Bananas.
Oh, actually, yes, I did see a banana. The banana had several smaller bananas and was using them as boomerangs. Does that sound familiar?
No.
What?
I wouldn't put it past them.
I mean, they could have evolved.
I see. Okay, well then no, I'm afraid I haven't seen your fruit babies, as it were.
Be just a tear in his eyes, like, so what you see? Just
I'm sorry. He
wanders off to the river.
Oh, goodbye.
So you're wandering around looking for shrubberies, do you say?
Well, yes, particularly as Barovia is in the realms of dread, I've actually found that a number of the plant life that is here tends to be a little, how can we say, a little bit
Dull?
surprisingly undead.
And
And
seems to fit most things here.
but it has afforded a variety of very unique properties upon some of these plants, and I wish to study them and record them. You see, I hope to one day be able to cure many maladies and afflictions. One of which I am hoping to cure is,
Arthritis?
Groovy.
no. One does not simply speak of one's work in a place such as this. But let's just say that there is a blight here that could be cured with the right ailments.
Oh,
and
Strahd can't hear you here in our company.
He can't hear us.
Yeah, we got those
You
roses.
still hear the fox. Gape.
yes.
Esther just kind of get her own like herbalism like kit.
Oh. You see,
because-
you watches his nose tweaks and his ears kind of flicker as he's trying to like both smell and kind of ascertain like a lot of information in a single movement. The smell of the herbs as you pull them out, the sound of the actual texture and hardness against your skin from while he's listening to you. What do you pull out?
Well, I actually kind of just say I pull out the herbalism kit and I say, I've sort of been raised with knowledge on herbs, but unfortunately, we had a bit of experience where most of the herbs are kind of I had to throw out, rotted very quickly. So I'm unfortunately very sparse in my resources in that front. But what have you found here? What have you found specifically? Is there a reason you came here besides the pineapple?
Well, the magic in this region is particularly strong, especially surrounding the mists that ensnare the realms of dread. I find that a lot of areas have magic which tends to, flow in and out of the mist. It made me ponder if maybe there is a way through and out of Barovia. It may lie within these very plants themselves. What happens when the mist rolls in and over them?
Sounds like you are not from this region, but you had some knowledge of it before coming here.
Well, yes, that's just the ticket, isn't it? I come from a different place, a place known as Olestria. It's it's apparently one of many worlds that are interconnected and interwoven here, and specifically, I'm a Wildrani man myself.
Oh, you wouldn't happen to have passage between the worlds still, would you?
Well, that's the sad truth here. Is unfortunately I was the first explorer to venture into the great unknown, and thus far I have yet been unsuccessful in returning. My comrades have instruction to await my arrival, to forego
Just wait longer.
further exploration. Yes, we knew going into it that the realm that lied beyond was beyond escape. We'd sent several creatures to.
So, are you saying that this entire region is sort of visible or knowingly anomalous from certain observers?
Well, I wouldn't say it's observed. I would say that the passage to it is something that is documented from people who have gone. In fact, this book here, as he opens it up to a different page, actually outlined the methods in which one could travel from Olestria here. We simply followed the instructions, as it were.
Interesting.
But, as mentioned, it doesn't seem to have a passage back. But I do apologize. I feel like my mind is getting away from me. What brings you to this area of Barovia? Perhaps you too seek the fruits? Your friend seems quite upset over the lack
To
of...
this area specifically, or to Barovia in general?
I mean, well, from the sounds of your inquiry, you've only recently come to be here.
We've actually been here for, a couple of weeks, month now? I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't quite remember when we came into the area anymore.
But we've been all over the place.
You begin to share and unveil the stories, and as he does, as you do, he seems to be fascinated. However, every now and then his eyes seem to glance almost fearfully at Argento. You just gotta...
You just eyebrows.
Why is it? Are you looking at him because he's a fruit murderer? Is that why you're looking at him?
Well, no. It's actually quite alarming. You, as a lizard folk, you have quite unique features. I've never seen quite someone quite so robust in my time. One would almost think that you were perhaps related to a dragon.
Well, truth be told,
He does
I'm a
think
bit
that.
of a dragon. I'm what's called a dragonborn. I'm actually part dragon, sort of. And
He drops his
yes, you could
book
say.
and begins to back off a little. He says, "A dragon? You're a dragon?"
He's always bragging about it.
I
He's
don't
our
have a
dragon.
tail and wings, but yes, technically I am a dragon.
But dragons, they're not. There are dragons in Barovia?
Oh, yes.
Their one's bigger than
Yeah.
him.
Much
Well,
bigger.
I guess. Well, actually, yes. Dragons. We've seen 2.
Yes.
Technically heard a story about a third. Oh, we met a
So I
skull.
guess- I guess 2 and a half.
Argento.
Yeah.
Argento met the skull one that talked to him or something. So
Well,
yeah,
we
two-
did murder an undead dragon. That
yeah.
was
Oh
fun.
yeah, 3. 3 dragons and a ghost dragon.
He
There's
seemed.
one that was taken
Wait.
over by a monster brain.
4.
We had
Oh, yeah.
monster brain dragon. We had
4
skeleton, skinny, gross
Oh.
dragon.
Yes, I
We
suppose for a
had
small
more
region, there
dragons
is
than
quite a lot
Strahd.
of dragons.
We
here.
have limpy
Now that you
dragon.
mention it.
You watch as the
Best
color
dragon
seems to
vampires.
leave the Gabriel's skin. He begins to go pale white as the realization that there are dragons here comes into fruition.
Are you all right?
In fact, it's an incredible number of dragons, but we've not yet found a dungeon. It's strange.
I don't even know what to say. The Isle of Dread, the Realms of Dread definitely seem to live up to their name. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to imply anything, good sir. He says, looking and addressing Argento. In the realm I've come from, dragons had all but gone extinct. They began a war that ravaged most of the world that I came from, leaving very little behind. It was only through the power of dragons that were benevolent to our kind that they had banished and exiled themselves from the world entire. Dragonborns such as yourself are very, very rare and, well, if I might not be so bold, magnificent. Truly. To hear that.
Stop flirting with him, Argento.
Yes, the silver tone of my cheeks is really polished and bright. Yes, well, I am something to marvel at, I should say. I think, I am a knight and I am Sir Argento, but you can call me Argento if you like.
Argento. Well, perhaps while I'm currently at a loss for fruit, mayhaps there's something I might be able to do with you for you.
Oh my God.
He kind of very surreptitiously slips that Freudian slip in. As he says, you see, as mentioned, flowers and plants are my livelihood, as it were. I don't think we quite landed on what you sought while you were here. Was there something in particular that drew your quest this way?
Oh, well, we already found what we were in this area for.
I see. Well, I was just about to head to the village of Barovia. It's not too far from here. If you require anything, I would be more than happy to help. I opened up a small florist, trying to bring a little color, but the people don't seem to be all the appreciative of it.
You have any fruit?
He rifles through his backpack and he pulls out several slices of dried apples that have been surrounded in. Basically, it's this very sour and bitter herb, covered in like I said, it's like these very sour and bitter apple jerky kind of things.
Gross. Gross.
Esther.
No, thank you.
Esther's also just kind of smiling at the when he mentioned the florist shop that makes her happy, but she's also going to kind of motion to his crystalline staff and just say, "If I may be so curious, did you have that before you came here?"
Oh, this no. I found this. Ironically, it was. Well, I feel like as though you're people who are rather upstanding. So, my manner of arrival was rather, I guess, peculiar. You see, the method in which I arrived involved the invocation of a large creature, one who simply said, what was it? Nevas rokan fetir malas vehan notir kantor. I don't quite know what it was he spoke, but as soon as he had spoken these words, he transformed into a pile of ink, and the only thing left behind was this object. He says, gesturing at the glacial-looking scepter.
Oh.
Those words familiar, or
Does anyone speak giant?
Yes.
Very well.
Yes.
It speaks, the story has now been told, and the road has reached its end. Find the story path that leads you to your happy ending.
Oh.
He
Are you
said,
sure you translated that right, Virgo?
do you say that out loud?
Yeah, I do. As he kind of says it, I kind of recite it like a translation.
You speak their language. Please.
Yes,
He begins to
partially
frantically
giant, yes.
he begins to frantically flick to the front of the book. As he does so, you can see that there are words on the page written in giant. It says the following: "If you are reading this, then you are bequeathed with the powers of the Talebringer. The world is full of stories, and you have been invoked as the keeper of these tales. What is writ is what shall be, and what is shall always be writ. It is your duty to travel these lands and ensure that all that is witnessed is recorded for the safe keepings. Do not abuse your powers. Do not abuse your duty. You are in service to the tale, and not its wielder. Another shall come to claim, and then you shall receive your happy ending. If you fail in your duties, however, you shall be bound to the book forever, and the tale will be your master."
Ooh.
It's rather ominous, but it does appear to be why you haven't been able to find a way out so far.
I kind of look up and I kind of look at Demira for a second. That you've been getting the masterpiece story, right?
Masterpiece song, yes.
Well, yes, but a story through the song.
Yes, I suppose.
Or was it?
Yeah.
What did it say again?
You are the tale bringer. If it. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, Demiro's I meant.
For the mirrors, yeah.
Were you
You asked
talking
me
about the? What was your question, Virgo?
Oh no, I was just wondering what Demiro's story was. Because you said Demiro had the
Well, you know
The
who's
song.
been getting the masterpiece
I've got the
band?
first part to the masterpiece song.
Yeah.
Oh, the first part. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe this is another piece of it?
Maybe. Have you encountered anyone you would think is, well, as we've just read this out to you, do you think that you've met anyone who would have been like this for you? Or is this something you don't fully understand yet?
Well, he begins to stroke his fur as he says, "The storyteller. it was kind of written in the book that we were given in order to send someone forward. We thought that it was metaphorical. We thought they spoke of the Talebringer as someone who would share stories and knowledge and wisdom, not literal words.
You're not actually a traveler in the sense that you thought you were. You've been called.
But to what end? To
Well, to
That's the
document.
story.
You have to finish that book, and then it passes to the next, to write the next chapter.
Yeah. How interesting.
I guess you could call it a never-ending story.
Cue music.
Cue music.
yeah, cue the never-ending story music. All right. He says, I think I understand. I think I... He closes his eyes, and as he does, you watch as the crystal begins to shrink, and it just very surreptitiously shrinks in size without changing its mass as he holds it, almost like a pen. He then takes it to the book and writes something down. And as he does so, all of a sudden, emerging from literally nowhere, you suddenly see... Allow me to share this with my lovely audience real quick.
It's a death note that brings people in.
Elder Brain Dragon!
Elder Rain Dragon.
Remember, do not abuse that power.
Nope, not that.
That's right.
Let's focus on that right off the bat.
It's like a fate weaver kind of thing.
All right.
Ooh.
All of a sudden, appearing out of literally nowhere, is what looks to be a pair dressed in the garbs of a paladin. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh! Shing! Oh! Oh! Oh!
What? Why are you yelling? Stop yelling. Stop it.
Okay.
Now, you're a knight. Make sure you keep up appearances.
Yes, yes. Verily, I. Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh, was I dead?
Okay.
I think I was dead.
Well, that sounds fun.
You were quite dead.
Back to Gabriel. So, what did you do?
I don't know. I
What did
think
you write?
I think
What did you write?
he looks and he wrote something in giant. It literally says, the pair understood the needs of the many and came to offer guidance in a time of trouble.
Whoa.
I don't know what I wrote. My hand moved as if possessed on its own.
So, you're writing the story. You wrote that the pair returned. That Sir Percival returned.
Is
You're
there
the conduit for someone's narrative.
is there a huge pile of gold that's sitting near here somewhere for us?
No abusing the power.
I believe that, well, it's not up to us for Garg. I believe the dire warning was for him
Right.
to abuse the power.
All of a sudden, you
we
watch.
can't try to entice him to
By the way, you
do
watch.
something convenient for us.
You also watch as the pear knight is now very swiftly moving to a small bush and releasing these tiny little pear cubes in jelly, like.
Oh.
Maybe it's
Is-
temporary.
I'm sorry. I am
Parasite.
so curious whether that's like candied pear and it actually tastes
Why?
really good.
It is.
Why?
It is actually got the same consistency of a fruit cup.
Oh
I
my
was thinking the
God.
same. So that's
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
absolutely.
no.
Absolutely. It's the circle of life, really.
Argento's already over there just spooning it in.
oh my god.
Verily, pray, will one of you explain what the hecketh is going on?
We
Well, in-
There's
might
birds.
explain it.
A silver wolf and a river and a box with the mage in it, and now a storytelling fox and
The words are
There's-
like chalk on a blackboard.
In terms, sir,
The fox summoned
Yeah,
you.
but now you're back from the dead.
Well, according to the story, you've come back to provide aid.
Yeah, so provide it, please.
As a guide, I think, right?
Well,
This is what the story said.
I do feel compelled to help those who had saved my life and spared me from an oblivion. Also, just so you know, there is an afterlife. And if you die in the realm of dread, it is truly heinous. Eternal suffering is not even comparative.
Yes, we did
Sounds like
actually
home.
we did actually have an inkling of that in that. No
Excellent.
souls
I just
escape this
thought you
realm.
should know.
Oh, Wes just going through several existential crises right at this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, my whole purpose.
Now,
That's wonderful.
I no longer feel the pull of the mage controlling my thoughts and desires. Is he dead?
Not quite.
No, he's in a box.
That is strange.
Yes, very.
Verily. Now,
Oh,
Barely.
while I am able to maintain my faculties, allow me to share with you that which I was unable. The Mad Mage of Baratok is none other than Morden Kanan.
Yes, we know.
Wait, we knew that.
Yeah, we know that.
He says it
Well,
like
yeah,
he
it's
says it
a
like
deal.
he says it like there's supposed to be this dun dun dun, but like you.
Take it.
You're
Yeah.
you're not related. You're not related by any chance to an old captain of the guard at Castle Ravenloft, are you?
Nay, I'm not.
Goes by the name of Murray.
Nay, I would remember a relative by the name of Murray. But listen,
We already met the Murray.
the Mad Mage did do battle with Strahd, and in that battle was felled.
Oh.
I did, however, learn that the Mad Mage left fragments of himself around all of Barovia, pieces that retained his power. While collected and utilized for himself, the Mad Mage did not have the strength to defeat the evil Count. But, by planting portions of himself in magical, fruit, he was able to cultivate and grow that power. With every fruit, it would grow in strength the more it consumed, some even gaining the abilities to consume other fruits. Then, once all collected, it would create a single powerful fruit that, when ingested, would grant the Mad Mage, or any, in fact, who would consume it, the powers of the Arcanum Divine. An unrelenting, endless source of arcane magic.
So the person to collect them would have to devour each fruit individually?
Nay, the fruits would devour themselves. They would eat themselves until only but one remained.
That would include you?
Yes, it was my sworn duty that if any were to try and attempt an attack on the life of the Master, that I would be the one to slay and devour them. I am...
So he had a plan to collect them in you and then
Do
consume
the honors.
himself.
Mayhaps. If not me, then another. My duties were to protect the mage, a duty which I have failed. Failed by trusting you.
Oh dear.
Yes, well, we can talk about
That seems.
later.
I'm
So-
feeling very attacked right now.
So that means
Well-
some of the Mad Mage's power will be within you.
Yes.
Or-
A portion of it does beat within my chest, and I still feel it. I still feel the connection to Morden Kanan, but
No.
odd that that connection is weak and dim, like a flame flickering.
I don't suppose you have the ability to, I don't know, convert yourself into some kind of travel form?
I have legs.
Ha!
I meant more portable.
Wait, so are my fruit babies? Are they part of this cycle?
Unlikely.
I'm gonna just kind of whisper to Argento and be like,
Although,
Argento, you ate him. You would gain
did
his power.
You did teach them to be carnivorous, though, Ipsilus. That could throw a bit of a spanner in the works if they.
Well, it will
find-
simply make all the fruit more powerful, won't it?
Well, it would then mean they would have to be consumed to transfer the
Or
power.
they would be the ones to consume the others.
For those people who are completely lost in chat, allow me to explain.
I'm not sure that would be a good thing.
Allow me to explain super quick. Towards the western side of Barovia was a small farm where Ipselis made acquaintance with a fruit that was basically an animated demon that was eating other fruits that were also animated demons. It started to grow in size and it became a fruit baby. Ultimately, it grew in such a girth that it eventually exploded into 3 tinier little demons, which Ipselis then adopted and called his fruit babies: Banana Split, Crabapple, and Sour Grapes. He has very recently relinquished them into the wild and is now just learning that they're part of a vicious cycle of magic farming, I guess, and will either consume things or can be consumed in order to regain power. What Demiris is pointing out is that during the course of their parentalship underneath Ipselis, the babies were fed nothing but human blood. Meaning that their hunger will still be there, but instead of having a taste for their siblings, which would grow their strength, they may have developed a taste for human meat, which means that they have just released a bunch of literal demon fruit into the world, potentially.
Didn't you also feed them blood from the realm of blood?
That's all I fed them, yeah.
Stuff from everywhere.
Yeah.
Also, before I was gonna say, also slight
When you
alter. The original fruit demon did not actually explode. It was a heroic sacrifice to save Ipsilis
Yeah.
from a blood demon.
Yeah,
That's
right.
true,
It
that's true.
sacrificed itself.
It did sacrifice itself.
And didn't it
Don't
originally
you
come
know?
into existence as like some kind of weird
But-
hero's feast?
Yes, yeah, if you eat them, that was the Mad Mage's power. Like, you eat it and you gain magic. Or you gain all the healing and the buffs and else, etc.
Yeah.
Esther.
Which Argento entirely consumed.
Yes, yes, he did.
Delicious.
I think you had Hero's Feast on you for like 5 days or something after that.
Esther, thank you for being patient.
Sorry.
No, I was thanking you. Don't say sorry.
Esther just kind of looks at Gabriel and Sir Percival and just kind of
Oh, that's
it
right. His
says-
name was Sir Percival.
Yes.
and I'm taking it seriously. So
Jesus,
You
don't
gave it
Michael.
to him.
No, I did. I know I did. That was just. This is one of those
Take it
past
seriously.
Michael moments. Of course, his name was
I'm running with
Percival.
it. Anyways, as I was saying, I actually may have a way to help him, to help Morton King, but I don't have the resources for it right now. She looks at the kind of crystal quill. I was asking about your staff because, well, crystalline Kano said it may have been diamonds. And unfortunately, we haven't exactly been passing diamond mines in these parts. But if I have diamonds, I can get through to him. I can, well, try to restore his mental state. But I just don't have what I need for it right now. I don't even have my holy symbol, really.
And do you think that perhaps by using and utilizing my quill, or this, whatever we'll call it, you believe that you may be able to restore Morden Kanan's strength? I'm sorry, I don't. Pardon my
No,
ignorance.
No, I just meant that's what I was asking because I was hoping it was from some place where there were other crystalline sources. But
You
if-
also
if
know
I can
that
find
you
him-
also know that eating something with Morden Kanan's power will give you the power you need to cast the spell as well.
Well, I'm just saying that's literally the material component is diamond.
Yeah, which you can ignore. I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
You could eat Sir Percival.
I don't.
You'd be able
I'm
to get
sorry.
power
I'm
restored.
not eating serpent. I'm sorry.
Argento answer Percival. Can
I
you cast the spell?
Argento doesn't have. Wait, actually, no.
I haven't eaten in a while, so he's a bit of a hefty fellow, but
Listen. I'm immediately, as much as I
5 days.
dislike Percival, kind of stepping up, like, listen. he is annoying and stodgy and far too thoughtful, but
Starchy.
he is a
Argento is
person
perfect for
just
the
like
role
my
to
food
accumulate this
favorites.
kind of power. It's right on his quest to destroy Strahd, right?
Yeah.
I've
Who
already
better
eaten
to
one.
get? He's already eaten one. Who better to accumulate the rest of the power?
If we can get
This is kind of like a natural duel here. I've eaten one. I've got some power, and he's trying to get the power. It's like Highlander here. You can just face off.
Well,
It's
you have
Tyler.
to
Tyler, what's
let
that?
them eat the other fruit. You have to wait until Percival eats all the fruit.
Not
Oh,
eat
so Percival has to eat them.
No.
Okay.
I'm just
No.
not.
Okay.
I can
So
eat
here's what we do then. We get Esther a diamond, one big enough that she could cast a spell to fix Morning Canaan. We let Morning Canaan eat the fruits he's been wanting to eat, so he can get his power back, and we fight Strahd with Morning Canaan
Well,
But
all
Morning
right, that's
Canaan-
fine with me,
Hold
but
on, I
that
feel
leaves
like
your
it.
student
and Argento.
in the thrall.
Yes. Wait, hold on. Yes.
There's a reason we brought the
Wait,
box.
yes,
Good
yes.
God.
Verily, I would prefer not to be eaten.
Yeah, we're
True.
still talking about a person that we're gonna eat right in front of them. I feel like
I
we're
very
missing-
much have a new lease on life, having been recently restored from the realm of the dead.
I thought
I
you
would
seemed
like to
say it
live.
as- You seem to say it as if it was your purpose to be eaten at some point.
Well, I mean, technically, your purpose is to be eaten as well as worm food.
Wait a minute.
It doesn't mean we have to rush to get to the end game, you know, like, just saying.
Oh, I mean, this could take us days to accomplish.
Hang on. If he
Oh,
was
days!
dead,
Oh, good. I thought I wouldn't have time.
if if he was dead when Gabriel wrote in the book to bring him back, does that mean the other fruits that Morning Canaan would have made also died? We would need the book to bring them back to gain their power back, if that was the case.
I cannot say. Gabriel looks over his books and he says, I still have trouble reading this, and I do not seem to... I don't have an understanding of how this is working for the time being, but...
So,
I-
Percival, can you feel the power of the others, of the other fruits?
How would I test this if we don't have another fruit?
Well,
I
do
don't
you
know.
have
I mean,
like a gut feeling of just walking in a particular direction?
if you could describe the feeling,
He
I might be
closes
able to-
he closes his eyes. He takes out his sword. Shing! It's a tiny sword. It's like a short sword, basically.
Oh,
But he holds it in two hands.
It's a toothpick.
He begins to walk. His eyes have a serene countenance to them as they... And then you hear this splish. He looks down. My
He's gonna
feet
say
are
no,
wet.
isn't he?
Nope, I do not believe I have any kind of special sense.
No problem. I was just checking.
How's Gabriel looking, by the way, realizing they just brought a creature back to life?
Gabriel's kind of shook. Gabriel hasn't said anything for a while because he's I'm an explorer. I go and look at plants. I enjoy
Because
plants.
he's a whore for dragonborns.
Shut your ugly mouth. Is his eyes? You watch his. You know how when when foxes are angry, they kind of fluff up and their tails become like raccoons. Now
You can tell that Ipsilus is just jealous. He thinks the fox is cute.
It's not his fault. He has a preference.
So-
It does appear, Gabriel, that you have stumbled across a newfound power, but should you actually use it, then
Right.
you are cursed.
Well,
Interesting.
he's already used it.
I don't.
He just
Maybe
used
he-
it right in front of us.
Maybe he meant to write. Maybe he was meant to write that because it was already written.
Right.
And I simply facilitated it. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So I am.
Well,
So, but why does the book require someone? Why doesn't it simply just magic itself words?
Actually,
Well, I mean-
Vigard,
Yes.
I don't quite know if Goliath, if this is any myth that would be common to your family, that you may have heard of something like this. This is the language that you are most familiar with, at least.
True. Can I take a look at the book again?
He doesn't hand it over. You're not sure what. I mean, he kind of seems almost not reluctant to show you, but he's like, oh, he'll show you, but he doesn't want to like give it to you.
Right. I just want to flip through the pages. He can hang on to it still.
Sure. You flip
I'll
through the
see if
pages. Okay. As you begin to look through, you see that there are a number of different events, and eventually you find a page that catches your eye. It is the day that you all arrived. It tells in explicit detail what had happened from you guys entering through the large gates flanked by these massive statues of soldiers. It shows the site of carnage when you first arrived and the wagon that happened to be there. It also showed even the emotional feelings of your characters as they were feeling them are written down in explicit detail. However, there is then these blank pieces, like areas that have just been redacted in ink.
Are these the areas? I'm kind of imagining that these are maybe the areas where we lost our memories.
No, these are the areas where you interacted with Strahd.
I was going to say, how long has this fox been here? What did he say? Not long.
He tells you about 3-4 days maybe.
Does the book write about the fox arriving?
You turn to the last of the pages before he's actually scribbled in actual pen. It does indeed describe. It doesn't describe him arriving specifically, but it does describe the last
Just him being here.
Yeah, the last storyteller says the following. Hold on, let me get the mood right here. Okay. Here we go. I love this one. This is one of my favorites. We cut our scene now to several days ago. A hooded figure stands over what looks to be a large, knocked-over tree. He's writing fervently into the book, his hands dripping this white blood. The creature appears thusly.
Whoa.
Yep.
As it does so. Hey, thank you. Ibselis gets some bling. Thank you so much.
Cells bling.
Ibselis Bling has just tipped $25. Ire has given a hero point to Ibselis, which we will put boop on there, and a nat 20.
Is it because I'm the only one that didn't have those?
I think it was the OCD that got that. Love the dono name. All right. The giant sits on the log, his hands bleeding from writing. Today is the final day. I can no longer stand the duty that has been weighed upon my shoulder. The man who had left behind everything, that left me with this burden to carry, is long since buried in the ground. And my time has been fraught with bearing witness to great atrocities, the evils that have flowed like rivers of blood, is too much to bear. Master, I am so sorry. I know I swore to take my duty with all the honor and respect of our people. But the augurs can no longer play part to the machinations of the other races ensnared by Strahd's villainy. As I lay down my arms, I hope that someone will come. I hope that someone will end this tale. With that, he then writes, "Then, champions from another realm, bonded together with a family found, dethrone Strahd, and free those condemned to his realm." Every time he writes a word, little cracks begin to appear in his fingers, almost like his very body is fissuring, and inky blackness begins to pour from his hands as he just forces himself to write the words of Strahd's defeat. As this happens, every piece of him that begins to fall off and crumble and turn to ink, suddenly you watch as a piece of this naked fox standing on two legs begins to appear. First the swishy tail, then legs, then chest, neck, and head. The old giant smiles and leaves one final parting words before closing his eyes and turning into a puddle, leaving behind the quill that he was writing with. And that is the last entry before you can see Gabriel had started taking herbological notes in the book.
Oh. So if I'm understanding, the giants sacrifice themselves or Gabriel sacrificed themselves?
The giant.
The giant.
Okay. Oh. Well, that's quite interesting. Is that why we're all here?
Sounds like it.
I do not know, but I don't know how the power of the book works. I don't know how it has come to be. It
sounds as though I'm supposed to enjoy these other people, which I'm learning to somewhat, but
Esther?
There's something I want to do if I may take a minute.
Of course.
I'm just going to kind of address everyone and basically say, my sister, the one that you three met, motion to Demir Argento Bagag, right before we came to Barovia, my mother had her give up her eyes, her sight, because she looked too far into her own future. And now we have a glimpse of what is written for us to do. I think there's something I may be able to do, but I need all y'all help.
Of course. Anything.
I asked Gabriel if he may still hold on to the book himself, but kind of place it on the ground.
Yes, of course. Certainly. He places it, but he realizes that he has to keep one finger on it at all times. So he's trying to pull away, but he doesn't seem to be able to. He's like,
you can hold on, he can hold on.
He doesn't. No, he doesn't want to.
He doesn't want to.
Yeah, he doesn't want to. He's like, well, that's disconcerting.
Lifts his finger up, the book comes with him.
He's like, I got my finger free, and his tail's now on it. And he's like,
The myth. It's the myth of the tar baby that.
Oh my!
Now I just pull my hands out with my face.
It's the story.
Oh no! Oh no!
You heard the story in the mythology corner, but
oh god.
Okay, This is a lot of moving parts. Well, not a lot of moving parts, but a lot of sections for one moving part. She's basically just gonna say, all right, this book is tied to the ideas of fate and telling a story. And then look to Gabriel, you understand as well as I do that the land itself is undead. Do you have any flowers or specific plants that you have collected from the land?
Yes. He flicks through the pages and then shows you a couple of different pieces of like plants that look horrifying. One of them is a leaf with an eyeball pattern on it, and it looks hyper realistic.
All right, let's go with that one. She's gonna ask everyone to kind of just like get around the book real quick, and she's going to kind of explain very quickly. All right. So we have been tied to this idea that we are to dethrone Strahd. And then she looks to Vigog first. Whenever I learnt memory and magic, I had to be very specific in the idea that I was not going into the person's mind, I was going into the past itself. Because memories, they can be faulty. They're all about the perception. So we have to get the true idea of what has happened and what will happen. That's what I need from you.
Oh.
Demille, you are a storyteller. You understand how to make a narrative unfold, how to see to an end. That's what I need you for. Argento, you are a champion of this realm, of Barovia, of the Silver Knights. You perhaps have one of the strongest ties to this land of all of us right here. And Ipsilis, you know the pain of a change of fate, of a change of being. As she kind of just like rolls her own shoulders where your wings were. You know what it's like to travel between worlds and change from it.
Ipsilis is just.
My mother knew the dangers of relying too much on what was set out for you, on looking too far into your future. And I want to use my wheel to kind of just like perform a specific ritual with everyone where we're kind of, I guess, where we can shield ourselves from reliance on that future, where we can pursue that future, but it won't damage us in the process. We won't become a self-fulfilling prophecy in other ways. We aren't assured by the idea that this is what's written. We are assured in the idea that we have confidence that we can do this.
Okay, I see what you're doing. I need. I'll say, so to perform this ritual, I need 3 checks.
Before we do this, do you guys want me to cast Fortune's Favor on us all?
Yes.
It'll take 5 minutes. It'll take 5 minutes, but I can cast it on all of us. Yeah. It only takes a minute. It's not a. I don't think it's a ritual.
I must say, I feel a little left out.
Did you want to join us?
Yes.
Yes, of course. Come on.
I can cast it a 6th time. How many slots do I have for this? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I can cast it 6 times.
All right.
First of all, actually,
Yes.
It takes 6
yeah,
minutes.
this would be perfect because you have recently had a chance to sort of extricate yourself from what you were made to do. You have that will now. Your will will be very important to this. To change what you can do.
Okay.
Then I look forward to the glorious challenge.
All right.
Okay.
So you cast it? Yeah.
Yep, I'm going to cast.
You just have to watch.
I'm going to pull the gears.
Gabriel's like, I'm okay with that.
Going to pull the magical gears from out of nowhere and start casting Fortune's Favor on us all. It'll take a total of 6 minutes for me to cast it. Essentially, I'm going to do it twice. I'm casting it at 4th level twice because I get its 2nd level spell, and each time above 3rd level, I could do it 1 more. So
great. Awesome.
6 minutes. Like 3 minutes into that, you'll look up and Argento's off in the bushes eating the cubes. Ipsilis is looking for his wandering around, calling out to his fruit babies.
All right, everyone, go get your snacks, go get some nice rest, get some water. It's like you're about to take
off
the
talking to another supernatural being, gaining some more weird powers.
It's like, you know
So
what?
we
We're dancing with
Push a
someone.
bit, move the legs. We don't know what's about to happen.
All right. After a period of
We've all
time,
got-
Argento, you've caught a fish
Wonderful.
while you're waiting for the cast to happen.
What kind of fish is it? Is it like a...
It is a heron.
Ooh.
Is it red?
A heron
yes.
appears.
Yeah, herring.
Okay.
Herring.
Herring.
Sorry.
Herring.
Aussie.
I'm,
Aussie.
good at, I'm
Sorry.
not good at fish or birds.
Yeah, that's okay.
Apparently.
Well, are we all set then? Out of
And wait,
character.
Argento, don't eat it. That could be key to our survival.
Yeah. Put in the middle. It's the ritual practice.
Oh my god.
So for each
Yeah.
one of us, including Sir Percival, during the 1 hour duration, you can dismiss the spell to gain to basically get a reroll, or you get a roll an additional d20 and choose which of the d20s to use, and you can do it on a attack roll, ability check, or a saving throw.
Alright.
Not a skill
Thanks.
check.
Let's go. check.
So
That's you said ability.
ability check.
Yeah, but
That's skill
that's
check.
an ability check. Is that a skill check?
I would assume so because
Because ability checks.
It
Because I
is
can.
not.
Yeah, it's
It is
not.
absolutely not.
Oh,
So, yep. Glad we took.
Yeah,
glad we
that's
took
why it's
12
written
minutes to
that
do
way.
that. Now,
I just thought skill check was ability check. But
Nope.
Don't worry, it's alright.
so
I caught a fish. It's all right.
So, the checks.
You did.
now,
Lucky you, Percival.
as you gather around the book, Esther, the wind begins to pick up, carrying a smell of burnt saffron. As the wind begins to rise up around you, I need the first check from you to be an insight check.
Okay.
nice.
You feel
dear.
the Loa around you. You feel their presence here and in your hand. In the back of your mind, you hear them talking. They wish to mess with the fate of this land. We cannot allow them. Once fate is written, it is all but sealed. Foolish! We do not allow any mortals to wield the power of fate. But it was a mortal who wrote it in the first place. We are not even looking at changing fate. Simply allowing for fate to play as it would. If it happens to follow what is written in the book, then where is the harm? The harm comes from if someone who is controlling that book finds that we have interfered, that we cannot help them in this world. Danger. 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 You steel yourself, Esther, as you hear the warnings of the Loa in the wind. For this, I need you to make a persuasion check. This is as you are bringing to bear and combining those thoughts and desires from the rest of your teammates and from yourselves for the purposes of this ritual, to now bind the will of the Loa, to break free of the written fate, as it were.
And also, as I'm doing it, I guess in my own head, trying to assure them of the idea that it says I want to take fate by the reins is more, I don't want us to be kind of like bound to the idea that we have, now that we have heard it, we are only going, like, basically making ourselves into this self-fulfilling prophecy, letting fate work out as it does instead of sort of just like forcing ourselves on that path.
They do not wish to be slaves to fate. We should listen to them. You feel the strength of the Loas, all in favor. And you see all of the Loa immediately reach for their hearts, and they all unanimously agree to help. They then go over to the book, and you watch as this eldritch energy just starts to flow into the book. The pages begin to fly and begin to churn over and over and over again. as the power goes brighter and brighter, I need everybody to make me a wisdom saving throw. With advantage, actually.
Ooh.
With advantage because of the
yes, because of what Vigog did.
Saving throw?
What's that?
Saving throw, you said?
Yes, wisdom saving throw.
Got it.
Oh.
Ooh, Vigog and Esther.
May I?
I want to use my nat 20.
You want to use your nat 20? You can use your natty 20. All right.
Yes.
Neil burns off that nat 20.
So yeah, 24.
And Esther will do as well?
Did you want me to use my hero point, or were you saying nat 20? Like,
No, it's up to you. Do you want to use your hero point or your nat 20? You let me know.
Oh, someone gave an inspiration.
Calindria has just given an inspiration for you if you want to use that.
Okay, well, if I use it, will I still be able to use it?
Yes, yes you can.
Okay. Well, is this with just like regular this time?
Yeah, just a regular one.
Shut.
Nice.
Damn.
All right.
Okay.
So,
I see.
as you manage to hold it together, the energies that explode outwards suddenly create these small, like, eldritch fonts in the air. And as they burn in the air, they kind of sizzle and disappear. The magic that's surrounding the text is now broken, thanks to the powers of the Loa.
Oh dear.
All right. Now,
Good or bad?
I'm going to give you a special ability. You ready?
Yes.
Find your own fate. It is a ability that I'm going to unlock for each and every one of you who participated in the ritual, meaning that if you are subject to an unluck ability or spell or something that forces your luck to cause you to re-roll in a disadvantageous situation, you may choose to ignore it.
How often?
Once per long rest.
Ooh. I bet Malachisa is not excited about that.
But there you go. That has been said. That is what Esther's wheel has produced. You have now broken the confines of fate, and that's happened.
He's kind of repeating "thank you," like whispering under her breath, like just for a second. It's like, thank you, thank you.
I would like to do something while this is going, while the ritual is actually happening.
Well, you're part of the ritual. So if you do something else, you'll break it.
No.
No.
You can do something after.
Fine. Okay, I'll do something after.
Okay. As soon as the ritual's done, you see that Gabriel kind of looks at his hand and is like, still alive. Okay. Well, I guess this doesn't count as tampering, so I hope that I can decipher some of these so that I can figure out what the actual rules are, but I think for the time being we're safe. What was that? I mean, what was that made of? Was it to... I mean, he looks around to see if the frost giant comes back. Oh, shame.
My practices are not ones that I can exactly disclose how they work. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a secrecy that comes with religion.
Witchcraft. Say no more. We have a lot of witches back where I'm from.
Oh, good. Yes.
Yeah, no. Actually, the Wildrani actually embrace witchcraft. But the natives of Talmoraine tend to be a little bit more burn at the stake.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. Beautiful. But yeah. Alright.
You okay, Esther? You doing alright?
I'm alive.
That was pretty intense.
Well, yeah. But I'll be alright. Also, if at some point we're going to go our separate ways, Mr. Gabriel, we can at least write for you the giant common alphabet if you like. Kind of have a code for your own translations if you need.
Oh, that would be most helpful. Yes, no, please. I will graciously take you up on that offer.
Right, but God, can you handle that for a second? Can you do that for me?
Yeah. What is it you need me to write? I mean, I guess I
Okay,
can just
the alphabet,
Oh,
the
yeah, the
giant
alphabet.
alphabet.
right.
Like
No, I know, but
Okay. Now,
yeah.
I'm gonna spearhead ahead here a little bit. As you're working all of this out, Gabriel informs you that he intends to go back to the village of Barovia in order to go to the forest. You, however, have a choice to be made. Now, Argento, you've been very, very patient, and I greatly appreciate that, both as a player and as a character. But now it's your turn. Argento has spent a lot of time listening to what's been going on and heeding the warnings. But for you, it kind of all reads like gobbledygook. It's like they're talking about words, deciding what I do. They're talking about breaking fate. There's a pair, you know. What are you doing, mate? What is Argento up to?
Really, for Argento, it's more of his testing his own will against his friends. Obviously, Argento is more of a reactionary creature, and he's kind of got a mission and goal in mind, and his background doesn't really play very well in terms of having friends and following rules and orders, such as, you know, growing up as a slave sort of was more of being bossed around, or following people was not something he chose to do, it was something he was made to do. So now that he's a bit on his own, he's got a mission in mind that he wants to do, but I think he's just trying to learn how to play the better role with his friends, because he doesn't want to see anything happen to them. But really what I want to do is go find Strahd and kill him, even though, you know, I guess if we step outside of the character, it's not really, death doesn't really scare Argento. That's what I'm trying to get back to. So the thought of dying is not something that crosses his mind. It doesn't. He would rather die than to let someone like Strahd live another day. So that's just the way Argento's feeling. So having all of this stuff going on around him, he's pretty much just like, I'm happy to do what you guys want to do, but nothing's going to change what I view as my own fate, which is to kill this bastard who turned my kinfolk into a sweet alcoholic beverage for himself to enjoy. So, yeah, that's kind of where Argento sits.
Maybe eat some giant fruit along the way.
Yes.
Now, as Argento ponders this, I'm kind of imagining that Argento has taken some time, maybe walked over and wandered to the river, you know, kind of looking at the statue of the werewolf that's sitting there. As you look into the reflections of the water, you suddenly see yourself, but something's different. You have a wicked grin peeled across your face. You watch as the scales around your lips begin to rot, revealing your teeth and parts of your skull beneath. Your eyes begin to sink into the hollows of your skull. And a voice that's not your own begins to speak to you. I was beginning to wonder where you had all gotten to. My favorite plaything went very quiet. You look different. You smell like a crisp, clean wine. You look back, and a single name passes by your lips. What do you say?
A single name passes by my lips. That's what you said. What do I say? I basically would just say,
And with that, that is where we will end today's session.
Not
Just punches the water.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more of a it's more of a like almost of a cheeky like, haha, I found you as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very much like it is. Now here's the catch. Argento is very much like in his mind like I need to stop Strahd. I need to end him. And Strahd thus in this instance is only appearing for Argento. So whether or not next week when we come back Argento shares the fact that he's talking to Strahd, or if he's going to have a private tete-a-tete, that'll be something that we look forward to next week. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming and joining us. Thank you, of course, to none other than our wonderful friend Kyle, who had to duck out because he's starting his own stream. So if you want to go check that out as well, let's give our dear friend Kyle a shout out as well, because he is from Play Nerd Allies, and we love we love Kyle. We do. All right. I guess that brings us to the end of today's game. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. Let's do a quick round of memorable moments. Now, guys, at the end of every game, we like to ask our audience and our lovely players about a memorable moment from the session that we played. Something that's stuck in their minds, something that they had a lot of fun with. Let's start with you, Vagag.
I just gotta ask one question. Is this the first time Argento is seeing Strahd? He's never actually seen like a picture of him or anything.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe this is the first time he is confronted.
Oh my god, yes!
I think it's always the rest
my
of
favorable moment.
Reflection in mirrors and wine and things like that.
Definitely my favorite moment because it's the very beginning where we had that campfire scene with him. Argento technically didn't see him.
I
I'm like, yes, this is awesome.
Well, no, wait. Argento did see him, but didn't know it was him at the time, which was the very first one, which was actually
when he was in the camp,
changed the moon.
Yeah. I just was like, what are you guys talking about? Who's that guy?
We didn't know that was Strahd either.
Yeah, correct.
I didn't know anything about.
Oh, true. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
All right, Argento, memorable moment for today.
Yeah, I think at the very end there, it was pretty cool to sort of have this moment of letting everyone know what goes on in Argento's mind and why he's sometimes a bit stoic or sometimes a bit lost, it seems, to the group. His focus is very different to the other party members in terms of just he's very because I'm a Dark Knight sort of paladin of Oath of the Vengeance. It almost pains me that Strahd is existing and I'm not doing anything to stop him. So yeah, to have this moment, but then at the very end there to sort of have this, also there you are, you bastard. Like it's this really cool sort of thing for Argento to be like, oh, it seems that Strahd's happy to see me, but in turn I'm saying, oh, okay, well, I've been looking for you, so yeah.
I'm not stuck here with you. You're stuck here with me.
Yeah. Kind of like this cool little dual moment. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
Reaches into the water, actually grabs Strahd. Wait, what? No.
No, that's
God,
Yeah,
pulls him on.
No, that was really cool. I do like that, and I can't wait to see what the conversation is going to be because that could be so loaded. Demiro.
I really like that there was this very subtle hint or undertone or ominous vibe that any interaction with or around Strahd is unwritten and could be like a loophole to fate or a cheat card in the story kind of thing, where absolutely anything could happen in those moments. So it's whilst everything around it might be written in the fates, so to speak, there's wiggle room.
Yeah, I feel like my words were misconstrued, but it was too late to kind of explain further.
We did the same thing that Strahd did.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I think,
it's too late to go back and explain what I meant, so I just kind of like, okay.
But I think it was cool. Sometimes rolling with those punches, sometimes it lead to like more fun results. Esther, favorite moment or memorable moment? What do you got?
I'm not sure. Sorry.
No, that's okay. You don't have to be. I mean, the thing is we get these times where we, you know, like if we have something that stands out, we say it. For me, I think my memorable moment was was Gabriel is like humming and then you guys actually picking up on that. And then the moment that one of you were like, where's that humming coming from? I was like, yay! Because it's like I like doing that sometimes, like having little sound effects or sound cues, and then waiting for someone to react to it. Now it won't always be there, or I won't always do that, but it's always really cute because it's like it's exactly what the conversation would be like. It's like you're sitting there, you're like, it's like, do you hear humming? And then yes, you do hear humming. It's over there. So you guys are amazing, and that's always fun.
Oh,
Go on.
I do have to. So let's see. Vidog had the first like one-on-one interaction whenever we were in the winery, and there's the mirror. That was fun for you. Now Argento has the water. So I'm wondering what reflective surfaces the rest of us are going to have to encounter for our private combos with Strahd.
Our eyes. No.
Our eyes. I look into the eyes.
Ipsos's glass eye.
You're on mute.
You muted.
Muted.
Oh, thank you. All right, we're going to go and raid Planar Allies, but I'm going to try and do something that may or may not work. So let me try this. All right, and we go to here. Yay! There it is. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. My name has been Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. I run tabletop role-playing game streams here all week. We have a bunch of really, really cool shows lined up. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a day-long stream, or at least we're going to start in the morning and we're going to go till we're bored, with the Dreaded GM, where he and I are going to be playing Pokemon Sword and Shield as a Soul Link Nuzlocke. So we're actually going to be playing together. We're going to try and get through the game, but, you know, it's a Pokemon game, so we might not. We are also going to be doing, on Friday, I have our Pathfinder 2nd Edition Ruby Phoenix game, which will be coming up. That'll be a whole bunch of fun with my Patreons there. And then on Friday later on, like literally straight after, we will be doing GaryCon Live, where I will be taking everyone back once again to Wilderon. So for those of you who have seen my series, The Winds of Wilderon, which is available on Twitch, or if you're in my Discord and you check down in my listed shows, it's in there. Yeah, go check those out because they'll be a lot of fun. Thank you very much, everyone, once again. Until we meet again, from me to you, game hard or die trying. Bye, everyone.